I have no filter. So.
Good evening. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. As you know, I'm recording, and I let you know I want to do an interview with you. I appreciate your willingness to participate in this. What's your name?
Rachael. Rachael Barnes.
I understand you're presently homeless.
I am.
How long have you been homeless?
Let's see. Pretty much since, not completely homeless, but there was only about 6 months I stayed in a place, and that was in 2019.
What kind of place was it?
Well, I stayed in a house. I had rented a house, but...
Oh, okay, so it was a normal... the way
Yes.
you said stayed in a place, I thought you meant like a transitional government.
No, I've been to a few places like that, but in this transition. But no, I went to reunite with my ex, and it went terribly bad, like just awful. And I had to leave with my son, and came back. I had nowhere to take him, so I had to take him to my... It was domestic violence, is what it was. And it's messed up because I still love him. He still loves me, and it doesn't... And it's still just as fucked up as it was then, you know, except for there's no hitting. Now it's just words.
So how long have you been homeless this time? Let me rephrase the question. How long has it been since the last time where you had a stable place to sleep at night to live?
It's been since earlier this year, or last year, in January, it was more like March, beginning of March of 2022.
So you've been back outside on the street, so to say, for almost a year again now.
Well, I went to jail for like 7 months, so no.
Okay.
I was lucky. Honestly, jail was kind of saved my life at that time. Because the reason I got put out by everybody is I got shunned, like, by my family. And not that they're not, I love them all, but they're kind of, we have our own version of twisted, like, sweep that out of the rug. And I died off fentanyl, and I don't do fentanyl. It was laced in these drugs that are out on the streets, you know. People are doing that, and I died, and I came back, and they all kicked me out onto the street.
About when were you arrested? That would have been 4 months ago, or...
I was arrested June 1st. July 1st.
July 1st?
June 30th is what it was.
June 30th, 2022.
Yes.
What were the charges?
Oh my God. I was honestly in the wrong place, wrong time. I got the big one was a felon in possession of a firearm. I don't even know how to use a gun.
Felon in possession of a firearm.
Yeah, it wasn't my gun. It wasn't my gun. It wasn't my backpack. My fingerprints weren't on it. But, you know, once you get roped in to the state of Florida, they think they got you. Then, you know, and I made the mistake of talking afterwards. I put myself in the vicinity with the gun without even realizing it.
I mean, you admitted to the cops.
Yes, because I don't do that. Like, I don't even, like, carry guns. I don't like guns. I carry guns. I didn't know he was... I knew he had a gun, but I didn't know he was carrying it. And it just went really sour from there. They had all these... they tried to charge me with fraudulent credit card use, but I never used them. When you're homeless, you surprisingly find things all the time. You find not just credit cards. There was like an AARP card even on one of
So you found a credit card?
Yes, but I never used it. I'm just like, because I'm just a wimp about stuff, you know, like I could think about doing something bad, but to use it means to be seen on camera, and I'm not that stupid. So they had to drop the charges, because I really didn't. Like, people kept on saying the same thing you did. They're looking at me like, oh, so you didn't use it. No, I actually didn't, because although I was like thinking about it, I didn't do it. But it got me an unlawful possession of ID. I had sales and delivery and I don't even, you know, this
sales and delivery of
methamphetamine. And I was just trying to get my own drugs, and someone.
Okay, so you were arrested around the middle of last year.
Mm-hmm.
When did you get out of jail?
I just got out January 19th.
Okay, so almost the whole time you've been without a non-incarcerated place to stay. Most of that's been in jail.
There's been a good year of it. Like, it's been like half and half, to be honest.
So have you been in and out of jail some?
I've been in and out of jail some. Never in my life have I gone to jail until I became homeless. Never. Not once.
Okay.
And a lot of bad things happened to me when I was out here.
What happened?
I lost my life twice. I lost my whole family. Thank God I've got them back. Like, I was just on the phone with my children. I don't tell them what I go through. Like, they couldn't imagine. Like, me, it's not normal for me to be sitting here like this. This is not my life. I was studying to be a teacher. You know, I had a whole life.
What?
I had a whole life. You know, and it went to, there was a whole lot of deaths that I'd experienced and grief and...
Hold on, let's let this truck go by.
Yeah. A lot of factors went into me going into a depression, but it ultimately led to the end of my relationship. And
so the last time you had a place to live, was it in a house?
Yeah.
Where was that?
In Pinellas Park.
Pinellas Park. Was it a mobile home or
it was a house. It was an actual house we rented, but it was a guy who was a slumlord.
So you rented the house from a slumlord?
Yes.
Okay, was it you and a boyfriend at the time or a
Yes,
fiance?
Yes.
Were your kids there too?
My son Tyler was there.
How long did you live there?
About 6 months. That's it. I got attacked by a pit bull. I've had a lot of bad things. I got attacked by a dog and I was injured severely. Like,
do you have any scars from that?
Oh,
Yeah, let's take a look at those scars.
They've healed surprisingly well, but I can show you the pictures of it. It's disgusting. I was in the hospital for 5 days. That and all of it's on the back of my leg. Here and right here. He tried to kill me, for God's sake.
Where did the attack take place? Was it
Court. It's some girl. Never hang out with someone you met at jail.
Someone you met in jail?
Yeah.
Owned the dog?
Yeah, everyone seems real nice in jail. But her and her dog were both insane. The dog I don't know why it came after me.
Were you at her house when the dog attacked you? Inside the house?
Yes. Yes, it was horrific. The dog, this saved my life. Like, he came up to my neck. He was jumping for me. After he'd already attacked me back here, and they had to punch him off. The pictures are disgusting. I had black I was in the hospital for 5 days. I was going septic. I had to have rabies shots. I've had a lot of shit happen to me since. So now I know that I'm a fucking badass. Excuse my language.
So,
because I'm a soldier out here. If I can go through all I went through, because that's not it. That's not even it. I was paralyzed last year. It's just a number of bullshit.
So why did you have to leave the house that you were at for 6 months? What happened?
We got evicted because of the COVID stuff. I was attacked by a dog, so I couldn't work.
Okay, so during COVID, you were attacked by the dog.
I lost
correct?
My ability to work, and we couldn't pay the rent. And he was real quick about it, and he got us out in September.
Where is your ex now?
My ex is sleeping in the car over there.
Okay, so you're both homeless.
Yeah, we reunited. For
okay.
What? I have no idea.
How do you think he would feel about you doing this interview?
Oh, he'd be fucking pissed.
So is he going to raise hell with me or threaten me if he catches us doing this?
No, it always comes off on me. Don't worry.
Okay.
That's something we fought about today.
So let's talk. You fought about what today?
Just the fact that there was a guy that wrote with stuff on the top of his car with permanent marker, and I didn't do it. I've been getting hell over it, and I had nothing to do with it. And he just didn't stick up for me again in front of someone, and it just makes me sick. Like, that shit makes me disgusted. Like, you can't even protect me as a woman. I love him, but he's not being the person he's supposed to be.
So, which car is it?
He's around the corner in a Honda. We're both trying to get off of things. We're not really even doing
trying to get off of what?
Drugs. We're not doing anything really.
Yeah, let's talk about some drug use. What are your drugs of choice these days?
Well, right now I'm trying not to do anything. Honestly, it's leaving. The feeling is leaving me. I don't have a big desire after jail. After jail, it's been different.
When's the last time you did any drug at all?
I do smoke like a Delta 8 pen.
Okay.
So, I mean,
So
that's
like
it.
a THC, like a marijuana
Yeah,
thing?
yeah, but it's not illegal. So that's really all I mess with. But not before jail. Before jail, I was dying.
So since jail, what drugs, and you could be honest or you don't have to be honest.
Well,
What
okay,
drugs
I've
have...
snorted a few lines of meth, but I'm not...
Okay, so a little bit of meth since you got
A
out.
little bit of meth, but it's not doing it for me. It's just not... I mean, it's not... I was shooting up before this.
What were you injecting?
Meth.
Oh,
And
okay,
so,
I gotcha.
honestly, and I'm never putting a needle in my arm again. So, there's no reason, you don't even get high anymore. And maybe that's a good thing, but...
So you're saying with repeated meth use, it eventually does not give you the same high? You're not getting high?
No, shoot up, no. There's no comparison.
What other drugs have you used since jail? Just meth and the marijuana?
Yeah, that's it. Oh, wait, no, I tripped on mushrooms.
Okay.
That was a good night.
So you mentioned that some fentanyl. Tell us what happened with the fentanyl.
I don't know. I wish we did know. A friend of mine, I just met him. He does fentanyl and I did meth.
So he intentionally does fentanyl. It's not like something else laced with fentanyl.
Right.
He does
Somehow
fentanyl.
in the middle of the night when we were hanging out, either filters got mixed, dope got mixed, something got mixed, and I ended up getting fentanyl.
You ended up getting what?
Fentanyl instead of meth.
Okay.
And it killed me.
When you say it killed you, they had to bring you back to life?
I was coded. And I was a Narcan.
Did this happen at a hospital or in an ambulance?
It happened in the parking lot of a Circle K.
How old were you when you first used meth?
Oh shit, I'm from Kansas City. That goes way back. Way back to when they call it crank.
Okay. And how old are you now?
47.
Okay,
so I would say 16 or something.
You were 16 when you first used meth?
Probably, yeah. But I mean, I wasn't really using it like excessively for any part of my life until like in the last couple of years. Well, there was one other time. And it went just as poorly as this one has.
So, would you say meth is the drug you've used the most since you've been doing drugs?
Probably, yeah.
What drug have you done the second most?
Pills. I was doing pills for a long time.
Well, pills come in all shapes and sizes and formulations. What kind of pills? Talking Oxycontin?
I'm talking opiates.
Opiates, okay, like Vicodin, Oxycontin.
Xanax and Suboxone were a disaster for me. And that was me trying to get better off pills. That's what they give you to get off of them.
Yeah,
well, I was losing jobs left and right.
Have you ever been on methadone?
One day I was on methadone trying to get off meth last year, and I went to the Dunkin' Donuts they all hang out with afterwards, and I was passing out, drooling on myself, and I just realized what my life was going to become if I kept on going to the methadone clinic. I don't believe in it.
You think it's just legalized drug dealing?
Yeah, and it destroys people. I mean,
The methadone does.
Yes, their bodies, their whole, like everything, their essence, our body's a temple, like that. And I know I'm not living by that all the time, but I had to draw the line on the methadone because these women were raggedy, and so were the men. Their teeth are falling out. They have no desire to. I just couldn't imagine.
So how long have you been in Florida?
I was here I got here in 1998, and then I left in 2005. And we came back in 2013. And
Where did you go in 2005?
To Kansas City.
Back to Kansas City?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I raised my kids a lot of the time there.
Where are your kids now?
They're all grown except for Tyler. And Tyler's at his friend's house. His dad and I were both in jail at the same time. This is like the ultimate failure for me. I had never lost any of my children, and I lost my child when I went into jail. I mean, it's different when they're older because I talk to them all the time. I get to see them when I want.
So since you've got a significant other, a boyfriend who you're kind of